Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel, and today we have something special. I have teamed up with my new friends over at Blokees to bring you a full review of their Transformers Galaxy Version Series 1 based on Generation 1 designs, and you will be seeing all 9 in this video. But aside from just reviewing all 9 kits, we are also doing a giveaway. So if you want to find out how to enter, then please just keep watching the video. You'll learn all about it. But for now, let's go to pre-recorded TJ to hear about the toys themselves. First off, let's just go ahead and take a look at one of the boxes, just so you get to know what you're getting. I love the aesthetic this design series has. It's just cartoony and stylish enough to give it its own personality, but it's still very recognizable, still very G1 in design. Really, really nice. If we take a look at the side, we are getting a look at the entire assortment: Optimus, Jazz, Ironhide, Ratchet, Prowl, Blue Streak, Megatron, Skywarp, and Thundercracker. Fascinating choice. We've left off Bumblebee, we've left off Soundwave and Starscream. They're actually saving some heavy hitters for later assortments. I really respect that choice. That's kind of bold, and does still give us a really nice mix. There is a secret Optimus, however, if I can get a good look at it, that is a 1 in 36 compared to the 1 in 9 of everybody else and the 1 in 12 of Optimus Prime, where he comes with his axe and he's a little shinier. Rather than just including some random chase figure character that's a repaint, like a White Ultra Magnus or a Nemesis Prime. Instead, they have opted to go with a variation of a character, so you can still have a full set of the character. You just might have a special one. And if my math is correct, that means 1 in every 4 Optimus Prime is going to be the chase version. Alright, box number 1. And we'll go through all of these just to have the surprise, because I don't know who's in what. Double bagging. Alright, so I guess I just open up the big bag just to see who it actually is. Can we guess by just one piece? That looks like Ratchet to me. Let's see. Yep. I see the red in there. Yeah, that's Ratchet. Okay, so Ratchet, the first pull we got. This actually comes on sprues. Oh, this is a lot more involved than I thought it was. And a display base on top of all that. Okay, I thought I was going to be able to build this on camera. Maybe not. We might save some of the construction to be shown on a YouTube short, and I might have to do that off screen. But for now, let me see if I can't get Ratchet together, and then we will we'll discuss. Behold, our G1 Ratchet, looking really nice. Like, as you can see from the hand, pretty decently sized for a little mini model kit. I'm very happy with that. Like the deco, I really like the chest tampo. That's a really effective way of getting his character across. And just design-wise, just really well sculpted and proportioned. I really like how this turned out. And the building process, pretty simple. I'm going to detail it in a YouTube short, which I never really do. But we'll do it for this, because this is neat. Also, aside from just the fact that, you get this nice little base that can clip together with other bases, you also get a few accessory parts. Let's see. So, for instance, you can see he has both closed fist hands that can hold his gun, as well as open hands for different poses. We also have an effect part. I can actually put a blast effect on this piece. See if I can snap it on there. Look at that. I was not expecting blast effects. That's kind of cool. And then, yeah, these things are pretty surprisingly poseable. There's some ball joints, some good hinges in here as well. Ball joint in the neck, ball joints in the shoulders that can give you lots of range. Nice elbows that also rotate. The wrist is also ball jointed. That's good. Waist joint works. Hip joints ball jointed. We got the knee that goes beyond 90 degrees, and we got a good ankle tilt that goes in every direction. This is about as articulated as I would ever expect a doctor to get. So that's actually pretty good from a little mini model kit. Yeah, that blast effect just adds so much. That adds so much. I really like that. So, now that we have one done, we need to see who is in the other boxes. I thought this would be a smoother process, so we might have to speed run this, so bear with me for a second. Let's see if we got that shiny Optimus Prime. So we've taken a look at Ratchet already. So here is Ironhide, his mold mate, looking very, very traditional and classic. Really like what they've done with him. It's a really nice shade of red. The helmet sculpt really does capture him really, really well. I like the little bit of damage on his windshield. Just give him that little bit of gruffness and just that little bit of roughness around the edge. It gets a personality across without really having to do a whole lot, which is perfect for a little kit like this. Really, really nice all the way around. And again, all of these that you're going to see here are mostly the same level of articulation because they're all using the same internal skeleton. So all the cool things that Ratchet could do, Ironhide can do as well. You got lots of range of posability with these things. Really, really fun. Prowl got a pretty lavish deco. There's a lot of tampos going on here. You can see his chest has been done up with his headlights, his traditional Japanese police car coloration, the police symbol on the front of his bumper, badges, shoulders, got that. Police symbols on the wings, got that. Even the pelvis and midsection got some paint as well. And then highway patrol on the legs, which would be his back windshields, and all that in a very nice, accurate Prowl package all the way around. Even on the back, you've got his light bar included and the rest of his windshield. That's a nice little touch of attention. We do have a little bit of extra here in that the door wings are pegged on, so you can adjust them up and down for a little bit of added display value. Also, the rockets on the shoulders are on ball joints. So these have a lot of range that you would not expect out of that accessory piece. Beyond that, same level of articulation as the others. Yeah, really, really nice job on him. And then we get to the mold mate for him, and that's going to be Blue Streak. Interesting choice to go with the black helmet on him. I know I've seen Blue Streak depicted like that somewhere, and it's not coming to me. So it's probably like a Marvel comic thing or something. But it's not unfamiliar, and when they're packaging them like this, I can understand trying to make some of these guys as distinct as possible from each other, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. I kind of like how it looks, honestly. It does separate the two pretty well. But overall, yeah, I like the gray and red coloring. That's always been my preference for the Datsun design. The black, or at least the very dark gray that's going on here, also really, really nice, works well with the overall coloring. You can see a little bit of distinct differences. You have the black going on the top of the car, different colors, like the headlights are actually a different shade of blue. It's a lot paler on this one. You even have different midsection designs when you compare it to Prowl. Thundercracker, my boy. So we couldn't have no Seekers in this wave, so of course we're going to be talking about two of them. Thundercracker looking pretty nice. Now, this looks a little bit flat on screen. Looks a little bit flat to me too, but this is, like, the cockpit section is completely sculpted in. Everything else, pretty well sculpted. I like how the wings are not overwhelming in size. You can still see them. On the back side, Decepticon symbols painted on. You've got the tampagraphs for the striping as well. Looking really, really good. Everything's there. I like how the intakes on the chest are also painted to separate them out from the gray of the torso. Really good job. You even have some like his vintage sticker detail on the knees, just to make him a little bit more classic, if you will. And then his mold mate, we have Skywarp. And of course, I keep saying it, Skywarp always turns out a little odd compared to the other Seekers. So he's gone a little bit more black than usual. When you're putting them all in one big box like this, you're going to want to make them a little bit more distinct. So in this situation, not something that bothers me. And again, he's done what you should do as a Seeker. You know, they look alike outside of the color schemes. They've got the same sculpting going on. If Starscream was here, they'd all be a nice match set, but we gotta wait for a different wave to get a hold of him. Oh yeah, ball joints on the null rays as well, so those are nice and posable. I'm also going to show off something else too that I think is really cool. Some of these that don't have as many parts as the others get little extra effect parts. Now this one came with Ratchet and Ironhide. However, the way this is sculpted also works on the guns of the others. So this is a universal effect part that can work on any of the Blokees that have a gun, which is actually really cool. Now for the unique molds, we'll go through these. This is Jazz, and Jazz looking as colorful as always. A little bit more red going on than your standard Jazz. Makes him pop just a little bit more than even Jazz typically does. He does come across a little bit similar to Prowl with the black and the white color scheme, and the traditional door wings and chest for the front of the car. But it's those extra details that really makes him pop and stand out. Jazz, in personality and deco, always one of the more colorful of the Autobots. Really nice to see. The the visor on the helmet looking really, really nice. I like the extra silver added. You get extra parts on the side to replicate the rear wheels that would be normally part of his legs. Door wings again on pegs, so you can adjust them. Details on the back. It's also very, very small, but you can see the name of the Transformer printed on the back of these. Small little detail. If you're getting these for kids and they forget their name, nice little touch there. Also, ball joint on the top for the wheels, so those can move out of the way if you happen to get into a pose where they start obstructing, which is a really nice little touch. We move on to Megatron, and there's something about the proportion and shape of this Megatron that gives me Action Master vibes in a really good way. Like, it's kind of a throwback to that aesthetic. Now, obviously, the original non-transforming Transformer is going to be like that, but it's kind of cool to kind of get that vibe from these guys. Megatron, as posable as the rest of them, and they do a good job on the sculpt here. So I'm going to actually bring this one in a little bit closer because there's actually quite a bit of greeble going on to give him a lot more definition and design, which is cool to see. The midsection has been painted up where all of his buttons are. The helmet has a lot of extra design layers to it. And there's a bit of an expression to him. He's smirking, and it's not just the lip curling a little bit. You'll notice the eyes are asymmetrical to kind of push that expression a little bit more. That's a really small attention to detail part that I really, really like in this toy. So yeah, it wins. It wins for me. It's nice all the way around. You can see on the back as well, he's got his original barrel attached. The fusion cannon can come off if you so choose. And like I said, those blast effects that some of these come with are universal. Megatron can use them too. Really, really cool to see. And that just leaves Optimus Prime to discuss. No, I did not get the chase. The chase would be metallic. They all come with the axe as far as I can tell. But once again, just like Megatron, we've got a very detailed Optimus Prime. It's very clear Blokees wanted to make sure that they really pushed the detail and the design on the original characters, the original leaders for the Autobots and Decepticons, and they've done a very nice job. You get the yellow on the forearms to kind of replicate a little bit of his toy detail. You've got a lot of the original animation details, like the flat pieces on the sides of his legs, accurately decoed. Going around on the back, everything done well. His backpack, actually a separate piece to make sure it's nice and three-dimensional across here. Let me take in a close-up of him too, because the head sculpt on him is very, very nice. But I like the circuitry detail in the chest rather than just, normal windshields. I think that adds a cool layer of detail. They also didn't just slap a matrix of leadership in there, which is always weird when you can see the most precious relic of the Autobots just hanging out behind a pane of glass. So really nice that they actually thought to put in some interesting details. And yes, if I want the axe, it's a ball joint connection. You just pop the hand off, pop the axe on. You're ready to take on Megatron at the Hoover Dam. So, everything exceptionally well done. Of course, it's Optimus Prime. You would expect it to be well done. So, for being my first experience with Blokees, I'm really, really happy with what I got. They are fun, simple to build, the plastic quality is good, and their range of articulation is very impressive for their size and build. And I love how they've managed to spread special characters across multiple waves. So I'm interested in wave 2, and then 3 to get Bumblebee, 4 to complete my Constructicons. Yeah, they're making sure every wave of these is a lot of fun, and I really appreciate that. So, you know what? I'm pretty sure I will be back. I think it's time to cut back over to TJ for the host segment of this thing. Thank you, pre-recorded TJ, and thank you to Blokees for helping me out with today's video. Now, if you want to win your own Blokees Transformers, it's going to be really simple. There's a link in the description of this video. Go ahead and give it a click and follow the instructions to sign up for the giveaway. Just complete the tasks, and the more you complete, the higher your odds of actually winning. So, keeping it nice and simple. If you win, Blokees will announce it on their YouTube, their Instagram, and their Facebook platforms, as well as notify you by email. So just sit back, wait, and good luck to the winners. Once again, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you Blokees for today's video. And as always, I will see you next time.